I am going to use two 9-inch cake pans for this recipe, and I'm going to spray them real well. And I'm going to put some parchment paper down just so the bottom doesn't stick. Okay, we're going to do both of them. And we're going to put this aside and we're going to continue with the batter. Okay, the ingredients that we're going to need for this vanilla cake are 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 stick of butter, 4 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do on the flour is we're going to put the salt and the baking powder, and we're going to give this a mix. Okay, just mix it up till it's well incorporated, and I'm going to move you over to the mixer, to the stand mixer. You can do this by hand. It's not, you don't need a special equipment for this. I'm going to move you over to the mixer. We're going to put the butter into the mixer, and we're going to beat this for about 3 minutes, okay? We're going to get it real light and fluffy. Okay, we're going to scrape down the bottom of the bowl, and as you can see, this has gotten real light, and that's exactly what you want. Okay, so we're still going to beat it a little bit more. Okay, now that we have this real nice and creamy, we are going to add the sugar. Okay, we are going to add the oil. Okay, now that that's incorporated, we are going to add the the almond extract, the vanilla extract, and 1 egg. We're going to beat in 1 egg at a time. Okay, so we're going to beat that. Okay, we are going to start incorporating the flour a little bit at a time, about 1 cup at a time. Put your mixer on low. Sprinkle in a little bit of the buttermilk. A little bit more flour. A bit more buttermilk. I don't want to overbeat it. The rest of the buttermilk. Okay, I finished beating this. I'm going to take it off the mixer so I can scrape the bottom of the bowl, make sure everything is incorporated well. I'm going to switch you in. We have the batter down here. Just want you to see that we need to scrape the bottom of the bowl always to make sure that nothing got stuck down there, flour, and that's it. We're going to split it up between the 2 pans and bake it for approximately 30 to 35 minutes. Everybody needs to check their ovens because everybody's is different. Start checking them at about 25 minutes. So I'm going to try to get this as even as possible. I'll do the other one. Okay, here are both cakes. I hit them down on the counter, and I try to get them as even as possible for even cooking. I'm going to pop these in the oven, and we're going to move on to the frosting. Okay, for the icing for the cake that we're going to make, it's 5 cups of sifted powdered sugar. I don't know if we're going to use them all. It just depends. It may be between 4 and 5. 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and 2 sticks of butter. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to beat the butter for about 3 minutes. I'm going to move you guys. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to beat the butter, and we're going to beat this for about 2 minutes, okay? Just to get it real light and airy. Okay, we are going to start adding the powdered sugar, and you're going to add just a little bit at a time. You can't dump all the sugar in at once, otherwise it will not incorporate. Okay, so we're going to add about 1 cup at a time, and then we're going to scrape down the bowl. Okay, so slowly add, turn on your mixer. Okay, we're going to add some more, and this time we are going to add half of the milk. And we're going to whip this for about 2 minutes. Okay, I took off the wire whisk. We are going to switch over to the paddle whisk. And at this point, the icing is still a little firm, and we're going to add a little bit more milk. So, but before this, we are going to take some out. to add for the filling, because this is exactly how I want it. So we're going to take out about a cup of this icing that we're going to use for the filling. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And with this, we're going to add about another teaspoon or so of half and half and switch over to the paddle attachment. Okay, we're going to pour in the remainder of the sugar and beat this for about 2 minutes. Okay guys, the icing is ready, and I'm going to transfer it to a smaller bowl, and the cakes are getting ready to come out of the oven, so I'm going to switch you over. Okay guys, the cakes came out of the oven. They were in the oven for exactly 30 minutes. We need to let them sit there and cool. They need to be completely cool. Now, for the icing, we've already made the icing, and we're going to work on the center, what we're going to add between the layers, okay? Here I have that part of the icing that we reserved that's a little bit stiffer than the rest of it. We're going to pour it into a bigger bowl. We are going to put about a tablespoon of strawberry preserve or jam, whichever you have, it doesn't matter. Or if you want another flavor, you can add another flavor. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we're going to whisk this in there. Okay, till it's well incorporated. I might add a little bit more jam. Okay, there we go. Now, you could also, if you wanted to, add some fresh strawberries in here. I didn't have any today, so I used the jam. Okay, and it's going to look like that. Now, we're going to add, to make it light and fluffy, we are going to add some Cool Whip. It's going to be about a cup of Cool Whip. And we're going to mix that in there. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator while we're waiting for our cakes. Okay guys, the cakes are cool to the touch, and we are going to go ahead and frost the cakes. I have my cake board here, and I have it on a little turntable. If you don't have that, that's okay. It's not a big deal. I am going to take some of the icing that we made, and I am going to put it on the board, and that's so that it can hang on to the cake and it won't slide off. And we're going to put the top side down, okay? And that's just to help us get a more even cake when we put the other one on top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, I have a pastry bag that I filled with icing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all along the edge like this and just turn the turntable, make it kind of thick. I'm going to do a double actually. Okay, so now that we have the ring here, let me get closer so you can see what it looks like. We are going to pour in the filling that we made earlier with the strawberry preserve. And we put that in the middle, push it all the way to the sides. And the icing, what it does is it holds the filling in the middle, and it doesn't allow it to drip down to the side. So now we're going to put the other cake on top, and this one we're going to put it side down as well. And we're going to push it down. You see how the icing starts to come out towards the middle, but it doesn't allow. Now we can start to frost the cake. And I have my frosting here, and I start on the edges. I'm right-handed, so this is kind of hard to show you. I guess I better move you around to the other, probably a better view. Okay, I just take my icing and go all the way around first. I'm not trying to be perfect or anything with the cake. Okay guys, then we're just going to pipe a little something here. And I have some sprinkles. Can't have cake without sprinkles. Okay guys, that's it. I'm going to cut the cake so y'all can see exactly what it looks like. I'm not a pastry artist or anything like that, so my decorating is not very good. Okay guys. Okay guys, this is what the cake looks like. And this cake is so moist. You can just see it here that it's so moist. It's going to be delicious. I hope y'all give this recipe a try, guys. And if you like it, come back and let us know how it worked out for you. Okay, guys, that's going to conclude the video today. I hope you give this recipe a try. Thank you for watching. Talk to y'all later. Bye.